The founder. The O5 Council is the highest and ruling body of the SCP Foundation, so high that it receives its own keycard. This group of nerds consists of 13 goobers, who are the most powerful guys in the facility. They can basically do anything they want. If they want you strapped to a chair mining bedrock for 6 years. Because it's funny, they will, and you'll cope. Also, there are several iterations for some members, but I'll use whichever I want, so don't worry. Some are good, some are bad, so let's start with the first one. The founder. The first member and most likely founder of the SCP Foundation is of American origin and European descent, with a verified UNC lifespan beyond 148 years with a constantly altering appearance. He possesses extensive anomalous protections. Strong evidence links him to Aaron Siegel, who was a Cornell physicist who magically disappeared in the late 1800s, not too far from when the Foundation was created. How odd. Reports conflict on his current status and appearance, ranging from an elderly man to a teenager, which suggests that our mad lad can participate in reality-altering events. His whereabouts are unknown, or what the hell he is doing, but he's the main guy of the council. The Archivist. Second council member, and it's already a robot. What else is new? This clanker is an artificial intelligence that is an automaton built by the Foundation using mechanite technology, which, if you don't know, is a part of a god. Watch this video for more information, brochacho. The data center water guzzler is valued by the group for remarkable analytic and mathematical abilities, and acting as a voice of restraint and reason, though never fully trusted. I truly wonder why I could never guess why they wouldn't trust a robot. Some later accounts prove that an AI still holds the position, managing the Foundation database and other systems, allegedly having an agreement with the broken church. So basically, the council was too lazy to manage documents, so they just created a robot to do it for them, giving them full access to the database. Sounds like a great plan. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. The kid. So an old geezer and a clanker. Reckon everyone else will be normal, right? Well, no, because now we have a kid. This toddler is a really mysterious member of the O5 Council. Nobody knows where the hell he comes from, but he's a blondie, so probably European, communicating only through the computer. They're accepting anyone into this f***ing council at this point. But because the council is made up of incredibly lazy twats who can't be asked to file documents, they got an alleged kid to manage the Foundation's digital records and oversee information security. But they possess the ability to predict the future, so it's all good. The ambassador. Okay, for once, we actually have a human being, but he's Australian, so we're pushing on that. This guy's in his mid-40s and is a former Foundation field agent, unlike everyone else who's too scared to even go outside. He frequently interacts with personnel and external anomalous groups. So far, so good. He serves as the Foundation's chief diplomat, who negotiates with governments and organizations such as the Global Occult Coalition. What's that? Watch this video. Yeah. So far, he actually seems like a normal person, besides the fact that he has a fucking ender pearl stasis chamber, because he can travel ridiculously fast. The Black Cat. In case you forgot, this is the SCP Foundation. Our next member is a literal cat. Pretty awesome, I know. Which is actually a decoy, because our real chap is a lad named Blackbird. This brittle mate is a long-serving member of the council who's apparently a pretty old boomer. Unlike the rest who, on top of being allergic to the sun, are pretty monotone, hard to speak to, and devoid of emotion. He is unusually public, friendly, and jovial. Reports link him to overseeing groups of interest and alternate realities. Because of that, he's considered one of the most dangerous council members. The figurehead. Our next member is a literal geriatric pile of dust. He is a male member of African descent and American origin, who is over 200 years old, and he's a founding member. He's so old that he probably joined the council when he was the same age as your great-grandparents. This guy's so incredibly old that SCP-006, a pawn that literally heals you, cannot do anything to him anymore. Because his bones are fossilizing and he poops dust, he doesn't participate in council affairs, relying on his secretary to act and vote on his behalf. And people say that nepotism isn't a thing. Green? Adjust your seat and grab a monster, because we finally have a normal member. This person, whose name is Green, is a female council member of South Asian descent. She's a long-term and highly strategic member who actually does stuff. She is charismatic, tactically brilliant, and also relishes civil unrest. How awesome. She often works through intermediaries and private meetings, not really doing many public appearances. She influences personnel recruitment, experimental projects, and anomalous weapon development. Because Green is actually competent and useful, she is feared inside the facility and regarded as the de facto leader when 051 is watching Doggy trying to verify grief. Magnolia. Enjoy the normality because it'll end soon. Our next member is a female of European descent, deliberate in plain appearance. This member is known for being brutal and cruel, never out of the fun of it though, being the one to make hard decisions nobody else wants to have on their conscience, as the devil can still cry. I'm not talking about hard decisions like sending several D-class personnel to get the game ended by the very obvious game ending machine. I'm talking like nuking several Foundation sites because of a breach. Sounds pretty familiar. Unlike most council members except the living tombstone, who can alter their form, she doesn't, and because of that, she is considered vulnerable to people trying to game end them because of how much guilt she carries. It's stated that she would probably accept the sweet embrace of the lights fading away. Misfortune. Our next hooligan, literally just called Misfortune, is a council member of unknown original identity, varying appearance, and age. He carries a bone-handled knife, something to do with cults. Because he is comically extremely unlucky, he is restricted to underwater Foundation facilities. The Foundation has to watch him like a toddler because of how many times he just accidentally manages to game end himself. You could place him in an empty room and he'd just, His personality is linked to SCP-963-2, which preserves his memories only up to his first death, requiring the council members to constantly have a yapping session with him to get him to know what the hell is going on. Because dealing with him is an effort, there's a theory suggesting the Foundation members just replaced him with someone else. The Archivist. Don't question why there are two of them with the same name. I truly wonder what the council member named Archivist does. Well, this female council member serves as the Foundation's primary record keeper, maintaining restricted archived goodies detailing prior planetary resets, alternate timelines, and all known K-class events. She was given her role after a previous 0510 resigned. Willingly or not, it doesn't matter. She has only recently become publicly active, mentoring researchers and focusing on apocalyptic SCPs. She is usually accompanied by her assistant called Salt, and may have access to the Wanderer's Library and have anomalous knowledge. Rare case of a member who actually is useful, and people don't consider a threat mostly. The Mailman. The Mailman is most likely an actual mailman. They just scooped him up. So anyway, Postman Pat is an elderly male 05 council member, aged and pretty boring in appearance. He is regarded as kind, even-tempered, and grandfatherly, so what does our sweet Gramps pal do? Well, his primary responsibility is determining which D-class personnel to game end, deciding between deletion or transfer. It's confirmed he held a previous 05 designation, so it's either someone took his job, or he was so incompetent, they just got him playing a 9-to-5 Judgment Day. The Accountant. Our next council member is just Patrick Bateman, not a compliment. He's got luxurious attire and is the accountant. He is a mathematical genius responsible for ensuring the Foundation's data and resources align with access to uniquely restricted information. The American Psycho wannabe is precise and orderly. He adheres to an inflexible schedule and values structure above all else. He'd probably register you as D-class if you burned his coffee beans a bit. Some reports identify him as Omar Alawi, who got promoted after his predecessor's death, so he might possess an unusual ability to perceive invisible correlations. The Tiebreaker. At this point, you'd probably not be surprised by anything else. I mean, look at this roster. So, meet the Tiebreaker, the last member who does not even exist. The designation functions as a procedural mechanism within the 05 Council, whilst everyone outside of the Council believes there is a 13th member. This member's point is having its vote counted among Council members and invoked only to resolve tied decisions. Possession of the vote grants temporary access to select highly restricted databases. This knowledge may be attached to a member's vote. When the vote switches to someone else, it wipes the knowledge from the holder's memory. In a way, this forces this incredibly dysfunctional family to cooperate to an extent.